everybody doing? Been getting out a little bit later. We've been blessed with cooler weather. I think it's about 70 now. It feels good. Yesterday we got a lot done, but not nearly enough. Excuse me. Got to get out there with some sand and try to put sand in the rest of those growing containers in the grow room. See if that helps me with my dirt situation. And it's time to break out the diatomaceous earth again. Get that sprayed on a few things, maybe the underside of the leaves of the squash in the garden, because it's only a matter of time before squash bugs show up, right? Stick some garlic down. I'm trying to grow garlic around a lot of stuff. That's really helped in the past with squash bugs. They don't like the smell of garlic. It's remarkable. And it's a bowling night. Hoping to pick back up on that dress project tomorrow. Definitely this weekend. Got to get that dress made for my friend. And sometime this summer, I'm going to make the same dress for myself. I think it's going to be a beautiful dress, sundress. Anything that's comfortable, looks nice, lightweight, so you don't get too hot here is a good thing. It is a beautiful day today. My husband put some rat traps out last night. Actually, he's been doing it for like the last 3 nights. The first night, one of the traps were flipped over in the morning, like it tried to get the bait. And then the next night, there was no evidence of anything bothering the traps. And when we were at bowling, one of my friends has got a lot of experience with gardening. Her family has orchard property in California. Told me to use watermelon rind. So we bought a watermelon yesterday when we were shopping, and we're trying the watermelon rind on the rat traps. So we'll see. I've noticed the rabbits here will eat the carrot tops, but they don't know what carrots are, right? Morning.
Good morning.
But they don't know what carrots are, so it's possible that the rats aren't as familiar with cheese, right? You always think of rats and cheese, but obviously if they're eating my apples, they probably like fruit. We'll find out. Mr. Painter's got to catch some of those for me, though. I feel like this has been one of the more difficult gardening seasons we've had as far as like critters, but you know, you just got to be thankful for what you grow and definitely thank a farmer. It's so amazing with everything out there that's trying to eat everything, right? And then plus I have to deal with weather. Our weather's pretty stable here. I mean, you definitely got to watch your water. That's one challenge that we have. We got plenty of sunshine. But I know the East Coast has definitely had problems with a lot of water this year. Anyway, where are you going? Thank a farmer. That's my theme for today. But it is a gorgeous day here. It's warming up. Look at those pretty flowers. Meg is looking for the spot. Mesquite trees. I found that when I added a little bit of the mesquite flower from the pods that I like to harvest and dry from these trees, when I add a little bit of the mesquite flower, you're just getting excited. Oh, she made it pretty dusty. Anyway, when I add a little bit of the mesquite flower into my bread flour, it actually gave the bread a really good flavor. Now you can't use a whole lot of mesquite flour because it doesn't have any gluten in it. At least not a yeast method of baking. But it actually has quite a bit of flavor, so it's kind of interesting. And definitely if I make a wheat flour bread, I'll be adding a little bit of that mesquite flour just to impart that flavor. My phone's covered with dust from her digging. Don't worry, we have bags for when she gets serious. No polluting. Love these trees. They're so pretty. Last night when we were walking, we saw a whole bunch of rabbits. Didn't do a video. Bunch of rabbits. And that means the coyotes will be showing up anytime now, right? That's kind of how the balance of nature works. So I ended up doing the yogurt in the oven instead of in the Instapot. I have like 3 different methods of fermenting yogurt. If you saw my shorts yesterday, one method is the Instapot. It has a yogurt setting. Another method is if you have a dehydrator setting on your oven and you are able to set the temperature to a low temperature, you can actually ferment yogurt in your oven. And I was thinking, not everybody's oven has a dehydrator setting. We replaced our oven in the last few years, but if you have a bread-proof setting, it gets it to about 97 degrees. That would probably work as well. I've always wondered if you could just set your jars on an electric blanket too. You'd have to be able to regulate the temperature. I'm big on having multiple ways of doing something. What you doing, Meg? Well, we have a lot of herbs going in the garden right now that are ready to be harvested. So one of the things that I need to do this weekend, on top of continuing to sow that dress for my friend, is harvest some of these herbs before the bugs start getting them, right? That's one thing about gardening. It's so pretty to look at your garden when it's out there growing. But don't hesitate to harvest, right? Harvest it at the peak quality. And with herbs, if you harvest them, they'll keep making more. Did you find the spot yet, baby? And we have the dog that doesn't get walked, right? Out there barking. Hopefully he doesn't spend all day outside. Pretty trees. She's looking for the spot. Did you find it? Yep, she did. I got to get a bag out. All right. What a good girl. All right, give me a moment here to clean this up. Okay, yeah, I know. Oh, don't cover it, Mike. All right. Okay, just a second here. Okay, let's go find a trash can. Up ahead. Little birds out there. I think those are mockingbirds. Oh yeah, those are mockingbirds. They like to run on the ground. You know what? Actually, a lot of the birds here like to run on the ground. It's kind of interesting. I don't remember any of the birds doing that in Alaska. You know, you'd have a robin hopping around a little bit when it was looking for worms, but they didn't like literally just run on the ground. So here we have quail that run on the ground, mockingbirds, and roadrunners. All right, Meg, come on. Let's get to the trash can. Let's get rid of this. So this time of the year, as it's heating up, I always carry water for Meg and something to drink for myself. And it's not that hot just yet, but soon it's going to be. We're probably going to get about 80 today, which is nothing for the desert, let me tell you. Got about a week of gorgeous weather here to look forward to. And then we'll see. Can you hear the doves? Doves always sound so peaceful to me. All right, let's just throw this away. There we go. Oh, that trash can's full. Interesting. Usually the park manager's on top of that. I'm sure they have a schedule. I have seen some people out here picking up the wash, which is really nice. When we get a storm like we had, water comes flowing through that, and I don't know, we have homeless people living in these areas, so a lot of stuff gets washed out. You gotta be careful if you're homeless living in those areas. Bird nest over there. It's kind of cool. Do I have it? There we go. That's it right there. Beautiful day. Kids playing in the park. And school is not quite out here. I see there's some parents lined up to drop their kids off. And the rangers have some blooms. Sometimes this is covered with blooms. I'm kind of surprised that it's not yet. But maybe it takes a little while after a storm. It's been a few days since we had all that rain. Usually these things are covered with blooms. What is it, Meg? So pretty. And this one has some weeds coming up in it. Oh well, who cares, right? Where are you going? No, I don't want to go that way. I don't want to go that way. Let's go this way. Let's do a walk. Come on, Meg. Pretty flowering trees. And actually, if you look closely, you can see there's some mesquite pods starting to form. Let's see if I can try to zoom in on this. Right there. Yep, those things are going to get big, and they'll be kind of a cream color with stripes of crimson. Now granted, I won't be able to reach that one, but any of those that I can reach, I will pick and dehydrate. Never pick them off the ground. And they say that you want to pick them, you don't want to pick them like after there's been a lot of rain. Just because they can get an aflatoxin. And if they're on the ground, they can have bugs in them. Let's go this way, Meg. Let's go this way. Pretty flowers. Well, I hope everybody has a blessed day today. Appreciate a few of y'all tuning in. Thanks for watching.